use it all.
She's treated like Julie.
Yeah, and with, I have these real cool little things.
I'm driving in
Just,
I don't know. That's
my soul.
oh man, she was a neat lady and she had to
I'm driving in to the deepest
I like this great because I do. I want to use my people. I use them for the store to have all my bags in it.
Oh,
And
That's a little mini.
Get
I like to drive tractor. It looks like a diaper bag.
that was for my younger days.
Right, right. You need it. Really nice.
I've never had a diaper, so I have no phobia about that. I just like simple and I can wear it.
everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed
I thought of a brand
has
new
brought me here
Morris Branson.
to the present moment here,
The woman he was married
to
to.
a new beginning here.
Still, what sisters?
And I'm seeing life so clearly now.
Thank you, Ruth.
Get ready,
Well, that's cool. I was thinking, I knew the name all of a sudden.
I'm driving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm driving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am Reverend Sharon Dunn-Alberg, your senior minister, your spiritual director, welcoming all of you here today for a fantastic program. We have Doug Van Workum in the house, which is absolutely a gift. I think we could do the whole sermon with just him and go home completely filled for the week. I truly believe that. Welcome, everyone. I am asking for demonstrations again, and I'm going to start with my own. Of course, I have been keeping you all abreast of the saga of me thinking that I could serve the world even more in the midst of where the world is today, we get in service, right? We get out of ourselves, we look toward humanity and find out what we can do to not only return to love, but to be love in the world. So of course, we jumped through a million hoops to become foster parents of 2 dogs. No, we don't have children. But I wish we did. They're easier to potty train. So William, and Winnie, Winston, are coming along. They came from a hoarding family, as you know, and were a mess. And they're feral, so I don't think they've ever had a toy or a pet on the back, a pet scratching. And so, we've had dog bites, scratch bites, we've been on antibiotics. It's been a wonderful experience for us for our first time. In fact, the rescue that we're working with promises that this has never happened to anyone else. That they usually get a real cuddly little thing that runs into your arms, and that's that. That is not our story. However, they are getting braver. So the thing I want to demonstrate is that I literally have these little toys that my daughter gave me, a bunch of little toys for them, and I throw the toy, and they don't run away anymore. Well, Willie does, but Winnie grabs the toy and runs back to her bed with it. That's the demonstration for this week.
Wonderful.
Who else has a demonstration? Emma.
Well, I'm going to balance that with, we took in a couple of cats. I already have 2 of my own.
Oh, good Lord, Peter.
Yeah, but we're babysitting because where this young lady lives is a RV, and there's no air conditioning. And so when it gets really hot, we have these 2 cats come and stay with us, and they're staying all the way through Monday. And like I said, I already have 2, so it's been interesting. A lot of hissing. Just a smidge of duking it out. I know.
Oh, dear God.
Not, actually, it's been a whole lot better than I thought it was going to be. But yes,
But
that
they're
is the demonstration, so I
Oh.
just thought I'd balance it out with.
Peter, I did not know this. I didn't see you on the prayer list. We do have a prayer list, you just fill this out.
we might know.
It's more of me giving you a suggestion or a little warning for the future with your dogs.
Oh.
We have a rescue. We have 5 rescue animals.
Oh, dear God.
And 2 expensive ones that we bought. They're more trouble than the rescue, except for one. And we have to sedate him and take him to the vet to have his toenails clipped. We do it every 6 months. And they have to sedate him some more and put a muzzle on him. He's just a little chihuahua. So if you're able to walk them, it keeps the nails down. If you can't, you might anticipate.
Walk him. That would mean that I would be able to put a harness on and then a leash.
Yeah.
That we dream of that. That's coming in the future.
Keep that in mind when you might have to do that.
Thank you so much. I'm going to actually be calling you for suggestions.
Yes, I have a demonstration. My kitty cat, who was a rescue.
Seems like a theme.
Yes, we're on a roll.
Yes, we're on a roll. We've had her for 14 years now, and 2 weeks ago she started not eating and very lethargic, and I talked to Peter, and I made an appointment to have her put down. She has renal failure already, so I thought, okay, it's time. And so Peter prayed, and I prayed, and she's coming back. I am so glad I didn't put her down.
So Peter is a cat whisperer, and I did not know this.
I'm a Susan lover. That's why.
Okay, well, we do something we call the Namaste greeting, and we greet one another, not hugging and shaking hands and all that, but rather in prayer. hand position, which I learned when I lived in Japan, which was wonderful. And we say the divine light in me honors the divine light in you, or the squirrel in me honors the squirrel in you. Let's say good morning to 3 people.
The divine light in me honors the divine light in you.
Oh, this is a perfect formula.
Let's whirl it by
You know, when I saw that, I said it to
I relate to that.
Squirrely ones.
Okay. Well, it looks like there's an animal theme going on this morning. Let's do our vision, mission, and purpose together. Our vision: we are a welcoming sanctuary community where all are accepted, valued, and supported in a global family. Our mission: we inspire personal and global transformation through the teachings of science of mind. And our purpose: in joy and love we connect in service to all life. Ashe. So I'm going to bring the cat whisperer up here and let him take us deeper.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So wonderful to be here with you this morning. I just started the Course in Miracles with a small group, and the theme of that is you go from being a student to being a teacher. And so, pray for me, because I'm getting lots of stuff to be, involved in.
Apparently, if you keep going, you'll have more cats.
Yes. So let's just take this moment to be together. Recognize that one power that is present in this very room at this very moment. That power that is so immense that it holds all of creation within itself. Almost unimaginable, something that huge. And that power is love itself, which is what it has to give as it pours itself into its creation. And that creation is us. We are love. We come from love, we express love, and we give love. And I am grateful to acknowledge that truth with my spoken word. And I know that today, with the music and the message and the fellowship, God is here with us. We are so blessed, and I know we are going to receive the perfect gift as we go about our week. And I am so grateful to release my word now into the law, which always says yes. And together we say, and so it is. We got some readings this morning. So Thich Nhat Hanh tells us, meditation helps us water the seeds of joy and happiness in our store consciousness. Joy and happiness are the food of a Zen monk. Before eating, we say, may all beings be nourished by the joy of meditation. What is the nature of this joy? How can we touch true joy in every moment of our lives? How can we live in a way that brings a smile the eyes of love, and happiness to everyone we encounter. Use your talents to find ways to bring happiness to yourself and others. The happiness that arises from meditation and not from the pursuit of fruitless pleasure seeking. Meditative joy has the capacity to nourish our mindfulness, understanding, and love. Try to live in a morning and to help relieve the suffering from one person in the afternoon. Ask yourself, who can I make smile this morning? This is the art of creating happiness. And another one from Thich Nhat Hanh. Our notion about happiness entraps us. We forget that they are just ideas. Our idea of happiness can prevent us from actually being happy. We fail to see the opportunity for joy that is right in front of us when we are caught in a belief that happiness should take a particular form. Happiness is not an individual matter. It has the nature of interbeing. When you are able to make one friend smile, their happiness will nourish you also. When you find ways to peace, joy, and happiness, you do it for everyone. Begin by nourishing yourself with joyful feelings. And then from Ernie, we know there is a power far greater than we are. There is a love that casts out fear and a faith that overcomes all obstructions. We must permit ourselves through affirmative thinking to enter into this power and this love with complete confidence. If we can believe that the Spirit within us, God, makes perfect and happy the way before us, we then enter into conscious union with everything that lives and commune with the Spirit in all people and all things. There then develops an intimate relationship to the presence and the power which controls everything, and we know we can trust it. These readings are available on our website. You can go on and see them, and also our newsletter. So you can access them, not just try to remember what I said this morning. So I would love to welcome Doug to the podium. Take a break.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Am I close enough now? Can you hear it?
Yes.
All right. Right page. So the poems that I usually share here come out of the classwork that I do that's offered through Centers for Spiritual Living. And at the end of the class, I like to write a poem to try and bring all my ideas together. So I gather together all my notes, toss in some of my ahas and my insights. Some of those times when I've taken 2 steps forward and 1 back. Trying to stay honest. Spill it out on the page, hopefully it makes sense. So at the end of each stanza in this poem, you'll hear a phrase. It's the same phrase at the end of each stanza, and that is, I am remembering who and whose I am. And that's the title as well. A wise person once said, being uncomfortable is a spiritual practice. A wise person once said, being uncomfortable is a spiritual practice. Just when I think I've got it all figured out, the heart calls me to yet another place that needs more love. And in those times when I turn away, I hear angels weeping. And that's when I must ask, is my spiritual work changing me, calling me deeper into eternity? I'm tired of making angels weep. It's time now for me to step deeper into the heart, to touch more of those hurting places in the world and in me with love. At least the places I can reach. I don't know what angels spend their time thinking about, but exploring ideas like these make me want to say, I am remembering who and whose I am. I have a confession to make. Sometimes I feel so much sorrow, my mirror cries when it sees me coming. Sometimes, trying to be honest here, sometimes I feel so shameful. Divinity just shakes her head and blocks the door. Sometimes I feel like 100 prayers could not lift my grief. Praise the giver of grace. I am finally learning now. It's not only in the good times when I grow spiritually. That's why no matter how often I may stumble in this life, I can always choose to say, I am remembering who and whose I am. You know, it doesn't matter if we worship in a temple, a forest, or the quiet places within. But let's never forget, the deepest holy work hides inside our everyday lives. Friends, let's not be afraid to ask ourselves each day, what is my water to walk on? Mine? Mine is to always look for opportunities to say, I am remembering who and whose I am. If what I give my attention to expands, then why do I complain? Do I want to live in suffering or peace? To live from scarcity or in abundance? To do nothing in the face of the injustices around me, or to stand my ground in faith and love? To move from the grip of the 10 Commandments into the embrace of the Sermon on the Mount is a huge leap in consciousness. Praise Spirit. I am finally seeing now. The only way to catch these truths is with an open heart. I am ready now to draw a bigger circle, one that has more than enough room for all of us to say, I am remembering who and whose I am. Last stanza. I know I've covered a lot of ground in this poem, and please forgive me if I've confused or upset you in any way, but sometimes I just can't contain my excitement when thinking about all these healthy, life-affirming ideas. I will share a secret with you. Sometimes I have so much joy, I want to add another day to eternity. But, friends, until that day comes, I guess I'll just have to settle for saying, I am remembering who and whose I am.
Wow.
Ooh. Can we give him some more love, please?
Yeah.
Wow. What a gift. I think every line of that poem is a sermon. Wouldn't you think? I just, beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. And today we are talking about what else is possible. So we have a theme for July on the Wings of Love, which I was so happy to know that that's what we're going to spend a whole month on, is the, on the wings of love. I want to spend the whole month on the wings of love. Yes, thank you. I'll have more of that. Thank you. And today, the topic, what else is possible, is to talk about love and how we can experience love. Because love is a spiritual principle. So as I said, I think last week or the week before, when we say, oh yeah, I don't love him anymore. Well, that is a misnomer. I don't love her anymore. That's actually a misnomer, because love is eternal. Love is forever and ever and always will be, always was. Didn't have a beginning and will not have an end, and lives in the soul print of every sentient being as our divinity. What happens is we can fall out of like, and that's okay. And we can fall out of like very easily, and to notice that is to end suffering, which is quite a relief. Being uncomfortable is a spiritual practice? Absolutely. And taking care of oneself as we evolve in this life, is that this spiritual evolution might run us into the mirror of another that is uncomfortable. And we might have to find our way back to love in that. And so as we have talked about, sometimes we have to move on and release, or what they say in recovery, detach with love. And so it's an idea, this idea of love being the principle. But today's principle that I'm going to talk about is joy. Joy versus happiness, as we say. Happiness is transient. Joy is a principle. It is not. In our deepest sorrow, we may experience joy because it's always there. It depends on us and how we, as Doug said, what we give attention to expands. So I'm sure you've had the experience of being in deep sorrow, but actually knowing joy at the same time. So the three ideas I have then are inward joy, outward joy, and practice joy. And so love, of course, is omnidirectional. Love is just like joy. It's a principle. True for all. We all have that within us. We're born with it. We die with it. We move on with it. We had it before. And this is really good news, actually, because I can be distracted by humanity. Can you? My downfall is peopling. You know, really meeting myself in others. Am I alone here?
No.
Thank you. So this idea of love being omnidirectional means that it radiates in all directions, ever present and infinite, flowing through every moment, every space, and every life. So when you actually meet another sentient being, you have the choice. You can either meet their personality or their divinity. I have actually got a little tripped up in that sometimes. But then again, as Doug said, Doug, I'm so happy you're here. I can get confused easily by what is unresolved in me, what is not healed in me. And when it is reflected in someone else, I can get pretty darn mad. Like, how dare you show up as me? Who's whistling? Praise the Lord. The cat whisperer is whistling. To experience the uplifting power of love, we explore it. We have to experience it, yes? We don't talk about love. We don't, listen to love songs. We have to literally be love in the world. And love wins every time. And we have yet to trust that, because I think politically we can get completely absorbed in the idea that we're losing everything. The world is crashing and burning. I had this experience talking to my friend, because I can forget even the evolution of my own soul and the progress I've made. And then I get reminded, oh yeah, I'm doing okay. My friend is experiencing suffering. And it reminds me of my experience that seems similar, and I'm somehow able to lift him up by sharing my experience, strength, and hope. Like, look at me. I'm Sandra D. I made it. You can too. Right? His spouse is ill. He has to find a memory care facility for her, and his dreams are broken. The plans for their future, everything. It's just, I don't know what, I don't mean to laugh. Do you ever have that horrible situation where you just start giggling? Because what does Joni Mitchell say? Laughing and crying, it's the same release. It's so horrible. What else is possible? And so his dog, his beloved dog, of course he had to take him to the vet last night, and now he knows he has to put him to sleep this week while finding a memory care facility. I said, yeah, kick him in when he's down. I gave him that support, but then I shared the universe loves a vacuum. You start to release, move out of the way, the power struggles, what's not working, what's not benefiting your highest good, what's too unsurmountable. And you release, and you purge, and you clean out your garage and your closets and your relationships. And you make room for your good. And I know he can't see that right now. But I shared, I too had an ailing spouse. And the day, the year he passed, it was February 2018, and some of you knew him. I was not well. It was shocking. I was in shock in that grief where my whole body reacted. I had to have medicine. I mean, I was shocked, in shock. I don't know why I was in shock. He was sick for 20 years, for heaven's sakes. I think that's called the river and not the Nile, but a few months later, we had the Paradise Fire, the campfire. And my family, that's where my family's from. That's where we raised our kids. That's where my brother's home was, and they lost everything. And this family moved in with me when I was not well. And as soon as we got them relocated, of course, my sister helped with all that. The pandemic hit. And there I was, alone in the house for 2 years trying to figure out what is a widow. How does one walk and talk? And then I explained to him how I did what I could do to study online in my community. Having a spiritual community saved me. And all the work I did, thanks to Zoom, and got ready my soul. That song, Get Ready, My Soul. And look who's sitting in the chair here. Look where I am. Do you know, I can't even remember much of that because I have so much joy. Good Lord, I don't even have time. I've got to make the food. We're going fishing. We're going, we're doing this. We're rescuing dogs. Love is a spiritual practice. Being uncomfortable is a spiritual practice because it requires us to return to love, which makes what we're uncomfortable about feel very small. And yet, for me, my behavior around the thing that I was so uncomfortable around was way bigger than my spiritual divinity. Do you ever do that? Do you ever let your humanity usurp, eclipse your divinity? Do you ever forget I am the face of God and you are the face of God? I want to be what I came here for. I want to be my purpose, my why, my reason. It's only 4 letters. That's it. It's so simple. I make it so complicated. Love, for heaven's sakes. For heaven's sakes. Love. May we be mindful gardeners of love. And who's got a garden? I know, Patricia, you have a garden. I'm expecting tomatoes.
You're late this year.
I know, mine are too. But we also have to tend that garden, don't we? Pull those weeds, water, nurture. I mean, in the heat of, this is a metaphor, so work with me. In the heat of gardening and weather, you have to water as well. Or your hibiscus fry. That's a metaphor. Work with me. So the idea of the three points: inward joy, outward joy, practice joy. Inward joy, love, joy, and happiness are expressed and realized in our external experience. So love doesn't start out there. In fact, in the big picture, there is no out there. There is no other. Everywhere I go, there I am. And so inward joy, inward love, inward peace, inward abundance, inward light, inward life, inward intelligence, inward wisdom. I say inward belonging, because I've added that. I've talked to Ernest about it. It wasn't in the books, but he has since said, I didn't think of it. All is an inside job. And that means that we have to stop running around. We have to stop, drop, and pray. We have to meditate. And don't worry about the whole meditation thing and the getting in the position, the lotus position, with your arms like over your neck. Just meditation is thinking about God. Meditation is simply thinking about spirit. It's keeping our minds stayed on spirit. You can be doing it while you're doing the dishes. Or since, okay, that's not for you, but getting the tackle ready is a meditation. Anything that takes you into the moment. Golf, surfing. I've heard that people, my son, for example, his divinity experience happens either on a surfboard or with a club in his hand. And not the, mean kind of club. The club. Because why? You have to have your mind, and you, arts and crafts, right?
Yes.
What keeps your mind stayed on spirit? Anybody?
Just reciting.
What's that?
Reciting different things.
Mantras.
Yes, mantras. And I also started singing. I'm so blessed to myself.
Oh, singing. And so this fella that my friend, I gave him a mantra today, and I said, I have learned everything I need to know through suffering. I like that one. Anyone else? What is your meditation? Could be walking.
I said it before, making the jewelry.
Making jewelry.
Is my meditation.
We have a crocheter back there. Our sound person is crocheting. We aren't dependent on external conditions. Do we forget that? Do we forget that we're not what's going on in the world? Do sometimes you watch the news and forget everything you've ever known, every study you've ever done, every spiritual practice, everything? You're just circling the drain? So a spiritual practice is turning the damn television off. Right? A spiritual practice is being unplugged instead of swearing, thank you very much. So outward joy is a spiritual practice of well-wishing, aka loving kindness. It's do you ever have that one person that you know you should be kind to, but you just don't? You just won't. Well, she didn't wish me a happy birthday. I'm not wishing her a happy birthday. Why should I? I've never thought that. But you've never thought that, correct? Why should I like that person? No, why should I love that person? Do we confuse those, like and love? One way is not better than another in these spiritual practices. And there is not one way that we need to do any of this. So we're going to do some practices because I've been, during this political climate that we are experiencing, I have been inspired to bring something of technology or technique every Sunday for us to go into the week with. Have you enjoyed that? Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. And so today I'm going to use Thich Nhat Hanh. And now we have Thich Nhat Hanh's book on loving as our book of the month. And it turns out that Susan Nye, who's our practitioner emeritus, and she is going to, every fourth Sunday, give us the Cliff Notes or a synopsis or a book report on our book of the month. And starting in January, we are going to start each month with a book study on the book of the month led by Susan Nye.
Oh, yeah.
So you can look forward to that. You can look forward to that. And so one thing, so these practices of mantras or, have so many reading spiritual books, all the things we do in spiritual practice, some of them are repeating an affirmation, repeating a meditation. Here's an example, a simple loving kindness practice. And I'm going to ask you to repeat after me, if that's okay. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah. May I be accepting of myself today.
May I be accepting of myself today.
How's that feel? Or you're all doing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no place in you that is not accepting yourself. Well, raise your hand if... Okay. May you be accepting of yourself today.
May you be accepting of yourself today.
May they be accepting of themselves today.
May they be accepting of themselves today.
May we be accepting of ourselves today.
May we be accepting of ourselves today.
Now, do you understand the concept here? I mean, this is huge. May they be accepting of themselves today. May they be accepting of themselves today has to come from a place where you accept them first.
Yes.
Because everything is an inside job. And so in my personality conflict, that's the last thing on my mind. Is me accepting you and wanting for you to accept you, and then put us together in accepting ourselves. This is really huge, in my opinion. And you can build any number of statements using this basic pattern. So this idea of practice joy, so we let go of the idea that happiness is something you can simply think into existence. You know, I'll be happy when this happens. Do you ever do that? You know, I'm going to be super happy when Wednesday happens and we get paid. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Do you understand that when you say, I need something, that you're already saying to the universe something's missing? There is nothing missing in this moment. And I don't know how many times I got to remember that. I got to remember that. So practicing joy, we're gonna do some ideas, we're gonna do some meditations, some ideas together. I'm gonna come down here where I can enjoy it with you. And this is how we will end today, because this is what you can do when you get home and you get through your week and the heat and the politics and the family and the rescues. So joy and happiness meditation, I've got 3 of them for us. We're going to do it together. Say with me, may I know how to nourish the seeds of joy in myself every day. Again. May I know how to nourish the seeds of joy in myself every day. And last, may they know how to nourish the seeds of joy in themselves every day. Did you think I do these mantras for myself? Did you remember to do them for others? The same one that you would do for yourself? And especially those folks, mirror, mirror on the wall. Who are you? With me? May I be able to live fresh, solid, and free. May you be able to live fresh, solid, and free. May they be able to live fresh, solid, and free. Does the first one feel easier than the third one? Together? May I be free from attachment and aversion, but not be indifferent. May we be free from attachment and aversion, but not be indifferent. May they be free from attachment and aversion, but not be indifferent. Now, if we would send that out into the world, what if we included our world leaders in this practice? And last, as we usually end our message with a spiritual mind treatment, we're actually going to do 9 prayers from Thich Nhat Hanh together. And And so let's do one. Go ahead.
May I be peaceful, happy, and light in body and spirit.
May
I be free from injury. May I live in safety. May I be free from disturbance, fear, and anxiety.
May
And learn to look at myself with the eyes of understanding and of love.
May
I be able to recognize and touch the seeds of joy and happiness in myself.
May I learn to
Identify and see the sources of anger, craving, and delusion in myself.
May I know
How to nourish the seeds of joy in myself every day.
May I be able
To live fresh, solid, and free.
And as I close, I'm going to ask you to consider putting someone's name in these mantras. Not only the ones that are easy and you're grateful for and close to and resonate with, but that one that keeps you from experiencing love. And so it is. And now we are blessed to have Doug back.
I'm debating whether to change the poem now that I've listened to Reverend Sharon.
Can you do both?
All right, let's see. So this poem came about as I was asking myself, do I really believe this stuff? You ever had that?
Yeah, yeah.
So same idea as last time. Same phrase repeats itself at the end of each stanza. Joined in really well. It sounds great from up here. Do it some more. This is called How Deeply Is the Divine Etched in My Life. That's the repeating phrase. How deeply is the divine etched in my life. The old meaning of the word character was the etch of God on your soul. The old meaning of the word character was the etch of God upon your soul. The tired old man or woman is one who's given up on ever knowing God in their life. But a true seeker is always moving closer to the Maker of all things. When you become a truth seeker, great teachings find you. Dare now to live large and take great strides upon this earth in ways that are meaningful to you. Ask yourself every day, how deeply is the divine etched in my life? If you feel there is no new uplifting way to live your life, then you are enslaved. Either discover a healthy way of thinking that frees you to grow each day, or you'll be trapped in one that doesn't. Once you understand this, you will no longer preacher or a teacher or a poet to show you the way. You are the way. Ask yourself, each morning you wake up and every night you go to sleep, how deeply is the divine etched in my life? You know, a loving God is completely comfortable with diversity. Look around, it's everywhere. But don't settle for seeing the attractive in what's easy. Divinity is unfolding through all of us, even in the most difficult of times. True beauty won't show itself until we look deep into those hard places with an open heart. So ask yourself in good times and in bad, how deeply is the divine etched in my life? It's true. We'll joyfully lead a child by the hand as they learn to walk, yet we hesitate to encourage the divine in our own lives. Why do we hold back in prayer? We are choosers within creation, partners with potential. Why do we hold back in prayer? We are divinity's upward spiral, creation's continuing expansion. Why do we hold back in prayer? Friends, let's not wait until the end of a long and lonely life to ask ourselves, how deeply is the divine etched in my life? Did you know that the future lives in us long before it ever appears? Our entire unfolding is in us now, just waiting for us to choose. You know, always making room for new choices to occur leaves eternity breathless. Can we agree that some self-growth is built in, but at some point we consciously have to choose to grow? Let's all choose to grow right now and ask ourselves, how deeply is the divine etched in my life? We all stand somewhere between the two greatest of gifts, our birth and our death. One is the great entering, the other, the great returning. Each life an exploration of all that is possible, each death a rejoining with all that is true. Is there any better time or place than right here and now to explore our own divinity? The fool looks eternity right in the eye and says, I have all the time I need. The wise one asks, how deeply is the divine etched in my life?
So this is our offering time. We're offering you an opportunity to give and to keep us in prayer for our abundance here at the center. We have the good news that we did show our building to a prospective tenant to share our lease with us. And we're in negotiations right now, which, as I said before, once we have this building full of shared space, as this in my vision is a community center for all like-minded spiritual living, art, wellness, and that we will then, once we have our tenants, we will then be able to relax and build on that abundance, on that prosperity, and be able to fill our sanctuary with music and guest speakers and many, many things. So hold us in prayer for sharing our space, for sharing this space, for theater groups or Toastmasters, or we think teen center. I mean, we have just an abundance of ideas, and we know that once we understand the path of love, moving out of the way, everything unlike it, the manifestation has to happen. As you know, if it's done in love, if it's good for all, if we have a conviction about it, and we don't have any nonsense going on, it has to happen. So please keep us in prayer. We appreciate your donations, whether you use the QR code or our old-fashioned mailbox, or going on our website to the donate button. We appreciate you. So let's do our abundance affirmation together. In consciousness of abundance, I give freely, knowing that I am freely given to. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Yeah. So Peter's class is ongoing. I think some of you are taking the class. How you liking it?
Fantastic.
I think we should have him back, yes?
Yes.
Are we going to maybe be teaching the Course in Miracles? We don't know. We don't know. But in the first Saturday of the month are our first Saturday classes. In the fall, we're going to start our spiritual economics using Eric Butterworth's book, because I think we're in a place now to learn more about our abundant life. Yeah. What do you think? Would you want more prosperity in your life?
Oh, sure.
You have more health, more wealth, more friends, more relationships. We also are having our Spiritual Arts and Wellness Fair on September 13th. So if you know any vendors, any people who make jewelry, do body work, please let them know. We're going to open our doors from 10 to 3. And this is an opportunity for the community to come and see who we are. Last year when we did it, they were like, I didn't even know you were here. And we don't want to hear that.
We want them to know we're a community center.
We're here. And we'll have food. Larry's actually going to provide the food, and this time because it's an art and wellness fair, he's probably not going to have hot dogs.
Oh, we'll miss that, Larry.
Or maybe he will, but it'll be, I don't know, vegan or somewhere.
It tastes like sandpaper.
Kidding. What did Doug say about diversity?
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. And so we also have our outreach, our community outreach, and Anne is busy with her grandkids this weekend, so she's not here to explain, and the Cartans are not here to explain, so you have me to explain. Yeah. We are doing a 5K on Thanksgiving. And this is going to be where we ask you to join. If you don't want to do the 5K, you might want to donate to someone like me who is doing the 5K. And I'm in training right now. I'm doing chair yoga. And so you can, if you're going to participate, they give you a t-shirt and it's $40 to sign up. All goes to the food bank. We're supporting the food bank. So if you want to be on the team, you can walk. You can, I don't know what the rules are actually, I'm making that up, but at least you can come and have some fun and cheer us on. I was thinking that we have to figure a way, maybe you can help with this idea of identifying ourselves as the Sacramento Center for Spiritual Living. I thought we should make t-shirts, but then I found out they give you a t-shirt. So I don't know, maybe an armband or something. So help us out with that idea. And again, we appreciate our youth and family. We have a couple of our teachers here. We always want to acknowledge that we have a youth and family ministry here, so bring your grandkids and and your great-grandkids and your children, and come and enjoy. Our teachers are prepared every Sunday with a lesson that it resonates with what we're talking about this month. So I'm going to bring our practitioner for the day back up here to give us our affirmation. And on, Peter.
Everybody feeling full? I am. All right, let's do our affirmation. Repeat with me.
My life extends love to new heights.
All right. So, I want to say a couple of things. We are a praying church here, and we have a prayer group that prays for you. There's a form you can fill out in the vestibule here, and we will be praying for you, whatever is on your heart. And also, if you want individual prayer, please come and see me after service, and we'll pray together. All right.
So this is our closing song today, Loving Kindness. It is a sing-along, so I expect you to be helping Cookie and I. The words are up there, and again, like what Reverend Sharon was talking about, we're going to sing May I, May You, May We, and then at the end we'll see I Am. Okay? So let's try this. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy. I am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease. And I am happy. Beautiful. Good job, everyone.
Thank you. Let's all gather up and circle around each other here and be able to do our benediction. Yeah. I'm so lucky to be here. So in closing, of course, what I said in the invocation is true. We are leaving now with everything that we need to go out into our week. We have food. We've been spiritually fed. We are full. And I am so grateful to be a part of it and to contribute and participate in it. And please bless our ecclesiastical staff and everyone who supports them all week long. Our new tenants coming in, our children for the lessons every week, the classes that are going, and the classes that are coming. And please know with me the truth that we are all loved in this present moment. And together we say,
And
so it is.
All right.
Thank you, Doug.
I'll get it.
Thank you.
I always leave it.
Come on here. I have something to show you. Oh, okay, just a second.
For Bill.
When stuff shows up on my Facebook, people say mutual friends. You know, I'll look at it and I go,
Because I took a picture of it.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, do you know Susan Edelmeyer? I sure do. We went to high school.
Okay, just let us know.
We went to college.
Did you say you were
We went to college? So
You know, okay.